Assalamu alaikum people, hope you're all doing well. Alhamdulillah, I'm great. So you guys might have read the title for sure. Inshallah, I thought why not share with you all some of my reflections and thoughts and realizations that I've had during these days, and hopefully it could help you in some way, or you could ponder upon the same as well. Because I know that we're going through a hard time, and yes, it's taking a huge toll on our mental health and our daily lifestyle and everything. But I still feel like this period can be put to use in a lot of productive ways, and one way is to self-introspect and think about your life, those around you, the world you live in, and so on. So let's get started. This is something that we all are pretty aware about, but then we do not talk of it much, or we do not practice it much on a daily basis, and that is to not take things as well as people for granted. I know, even I have to confess, I do take sometimes people for granted. I do take a lot of things for granted, especially the small things in our life that we're not even, we completely ignore on a daily basis. It could be us walking from our homes to the bus stop, or it could be taking a cab to our workplace. It could be going to our favorite restaurant and having a meal. So these are things that we're not always thankful for. Sometimes we do not even realize how much of value they have unless we are in a situation as we are now in, because this pandemic has taught us that how much important movement is for man. So even these small things that make our life less static on a daily basis are things that we take for granted. So I feel like this pandemic has actually made me realize that I cannot take things for granted. So this is something that I've realized, and it is something that I keep telling myself, and that is that I cannot complain time for the lack of activities or lack of things that I get done in my life. You know how on a daily basis we say, God, I have no time for doing that. I just wish there was one more day in a week, and so on. We say these things, right, on a daily basis. But this pandemic has made me realize that it was never that I did not have enough time. It's just that probably I did not know how to prioritize the things that I had to get done, or probably because I was lazy and I was procrastinating. So for example, now I make videos on a regular basis, and that is because I know that when I'm doing this, or when I'm sitting and recording or editing, I'm using that time on a productive manner. So if you still choose to sit idle, or you still choose to not do things that you have to get done, you cannot blame time anymore, but you have to blame yourself for that. Okay, now the next thing, this is something that I want to tell those people out there who are very active on social media. We do not have to spread all sort of negative news every day, every time. Okay, now the vital news and vital updates about what's happening around the world needs to be spread, and I'm okay with that. You can put those in your stories, status, fine. But beyond that, all the negative news that's out there do not need to be spread on a daily basis. Now when I say negative news, what I mean to say is that there are these reports of how pandemic is going to exist for the next 2 years, like till 2022 you're going to be stuck at your homes, and all those kind of articles and news. I think they can be restricted. Now why I say is that because we already have a huge deal on our mental health, and we do not need a lot more of negative energy surrounding us. Now if it is necessary that you want to spread these news, or if it is necessary that you want to discuss about these things, you can do that probably in a closed group. But when you put them as your status, you have a lot of people out there, and not everyone are mentally strong at this period of time. There are a lot of them who are going crazy out there. There are a lot of them who are not even aware of the entire situation or how to handle it. So when we put such news out there, especially those with a negative tone to it, that just adds to the anxiety that people already have, and I think that we can reduce that during this period. Okay, and let's face facts. This pandemic has also made me realize that I live amidst a mass population of fools that blindly follow their government at whatever point. Okay, the whole world is under a pandemic, and here we have in India where we celebrated the pandemic. Yes, we had people on streets with their plates, with their spoons, with huge utensils and crackers, diyas, candles, burning houses out there in the street, celebrating, dancing, marching, whatnot, clapping, and all that stuff. For what? Like, how will this even get rid of this virus? Forget it. Do they even think of what they're doing on a daily basis? No, they don't. I mean, I'm telling you, you know, pandemic might leave our life. This corona will leave our life for sure at some point, inshallah. But then such fools will exist, and like how much ever we try for them to just get out of our lives, it's not going to happen, because that is our fate at the end of the day. I don't even know what to say. So this is something else that I've realized, and that is how we need, you know, how people are appreciating small things in their life, or the simple things. And when I mean to say simple or small, what I mean is that even nowadays people do get married, right? People are there getting married, you know, celebrating a lot of things in their life, but then they've learned to do it in a very simple manner. They did not have all those big parties, or, you know, 5-day event and all that stuff, but they've just cut short all that and still enjoy what they have at present. And that has made me realize that not always do we need to show everything that, you know, we have in our life, or every moment or every event that's happening in our life do not need to be celebrated on a very high-end manner, but it could be done in a very simple manner, and we could still learn to enjoy it, and we could still find a meaning in it. And that is something that I'm really looking forward to even after the pandemic, and that is to, you know, celebrate things in a very simple manner, and just, you know, most of the moments and events to be kept to myself if I can, inshallah. So this is part 1 of the video. Inshallah, I'll be uploading this soon, and after that I'll record part 2 and I'll upload that as well, because I did not want to make this a very long video. I still have another 4 to 5 points to cover, so I did not want to make it into a one huge video. Inshallah, I'll do that soon. So if you did like the video, please do give me a thumbs up, and if you're still not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, and let me know what you think of the points that I've covered you know, so far, and drop in those comments, you know, like what do you feel, and what do you think of the things that I've told. Maybe you have a different perspective of some of the points that I've covered. So if you do have something like that, please do drop in a comment in the comment section below. So that's it for now. Assalamu alaikum, take care, bye bye.